So hello my students. So what we have discussed in our earlier video was how to convert an infix expression into postfix and converting infix expression into prefix. See, we are actually discussing the application of stack. So under application of stack we have many applications, many uses of stack, but out of which some major applications are conversion of infix expression. This is an arithmetic expression, infix expression into Polish notations. So we have made a video on Polish notations. So we have seen what is Polish notation and inverse Polish notation. Polish notation means prefix notation and inverse Polish notation is postfix. So already we have completed these applications and we have seen the steps how to convert an infix expression into Polish or inverse Polish, means prefix or postfix expression. Now the second application of the stack that we are going to discuss is evaluation of Polish notation. So again, evaluation of Polish notation means Polish means postfix or prefix. See, Polish means prefix and inverse Polish notation means postfix. So we will see evaluation. Okay, we have another application of stack that is called recursion. We will discuss about recursion later. So we know there are two types of Polish notation. Polish notation means we have prefix notation and we have postfix. Okay, so prefix is an arithmetic expression. Postfix notation is also notation of arithmetic expression. Like see, in infix, if we write a into b plus c, then its postfix will be ab asterisk then c plus. This is postfix equivalent of this expression. So how we evaluated it, that for that I have made a video, so you have to go through that video. And the prefix means it's a b then plus asterisk abc. This is prefix notation. Okay, so now we are acquainted with infix notation. So if we examine the infix notation, then we can evaluate means we can apply the operation and find a value. So evaluation of an expression means getting a value by computing the arithmetic expression. But now if an expression is represented in postfix or in prefix, then how do we evaluate? Okay, so for that evaluation purpose we will use a stack. Okay, so today we will see how the stacks will be used in evaluating a postfix expression as well as prefix expression. Okay, so if I ask you what is evaluations, evaluation means it is the process of finding a value. Okay, so at first we will discuss about evaluation of postfix expression using a stack. Okay, so now how to conduct. Now let p is an arithmetic expression written in postfix notation. So p means it is completely an expression that involves some operand and some operators. Okay, then evaluating the expression means finding the value of arithmetic expression p. So what is the value? After computation, what will be the result? That is what known as evaluations. Okay, so the evaluation requires a stack to hold an operand. See, when we are going to evaluate the postfix expression p, we need the help of a stack, and that stack will hold or will contain all the operands present in the postfix expression p Okay, so for that, there is a systematic steps. So we will follow those steps, and once we follow the steps, after completion of that steps, we will get the value. Okay, so let us discuss about the algorithms. Now, the name of the algorithm that I have given is evaluate underscore postfix. Okay, and the parameter that we passed is p. Fine. So this is our algorithm name. Okay, that postfix expression p may contains different operands followed by different operators. So we will discuss an example also. Then this is our step 1, the step 1 of our algorithm. So now you might be remember that when we convert an infix expression into postfix or infix expression into prefix, then the postfix notation or prefix notation will contain only operator and operands. No other parentheses are required. Okay, so that you have to remember. Now, the step 1 of my algorithm. Now, in the step 1, it suggests that add a right parenthesis. Add a right parenthesis. Right parenthesis means end bracket. This is end bracket at the end of the postfix expression p. So we have to add a right parenthesis at the end of p. Okay, so why we do so? Because in a postfix expression there is no bracket at all. Okay, parenthesis will be used only in infix expression in order to increase the precedence or in order to determine the precedence of the operator. But in a postfix expression there are no parentheses. So my step 1 says let us add a right parenthesis at the end of the expression p, and this right parenthesis will be used as a sentinel. So this will be used as a sentinel. Sentinel means the terminator. So, and it will be helpful while scanning the symbols. We will see that in the step 2. See why this right parenthesis is used. It will be clearer in step 2. The step 2 suggests scan p. Scan p means the postfix expression from left to right until right parenthesis. Okay, so you should stop scanning when a right parenthesis is encountered in the expression. Okay, that is why in the step 1 we have added right parenthesis. Okay, so scan p, scan the postfix expression from left to right until a right parenthesis is encountered, and repeat the step 3. So once you scan a symbol, you should repeat the step 3. So after completion of the step 3, again step 2 will follow. Okay, again there will be scanning. Okay, until right parenthesis. Okay, so you can assume that this is a loop statement which says as long as right parenthesis is not encountered, keep scanning and repeat step 3. Okay, now what is step 3 suggest? Now see, when you scan a symbol from the p means postfix. So when you scan any symbol, it could be either an operator or an operand. Okay, otherwise there will be right parenthesis, and when right parenthesis is encountered, we will stop scanning. So if not right parenthesis, then whenever you scan a symbol, then that symbol should be either operand or operator. So there are 2 alternative cases. So for 2 cases we have 2 actions. So these are the written in step 3. If operand is encountered, so if an operand is encountered, then push the operand in the stack. So your job is to push it into the stack. Okay, so over. If an operator theta, let's say this is the operator. Operator means it could be plus, minus, multiplication, okay, whatever symbol may be. So I am calling it theta. So if an operator theta is encountered, then okay, then what to do? So if when you scan the postfix expression, an operator is encountered, then what to do? Pop the 2 topmost element from stack. So your objective is to pop. How many times you should pop? You should pop 2 operation, twice. So when you pop operation taken place, so your objective is to pop means remove something from the stack. And what is there in the stack? In the stack that we have added only operand. So if an operator is encountered from the scanning, then your job is to pop 2 operand from the stack. okay, where we consider capital A as the top element of the stack. So see, whenever you perform a pop, the first element that you pop, let us call it A, okay, one pop operation over. The next to top means the second element that is available just below the top, that will be the next to top, and that element will be known as B. So we pop, first A is pop, then B is pop, okay. Then in the step B, evaluate means apply the operation B, then theta. Theta means operator. So first operand will be B, then theta, then A. Suppose theta is plus, or let's say theta is multiplication. Okay. So when we pop the top two element, the first element that we pop is A, the second element that is popped is pop. But when we apply the operation B into A, okay, this is very important, because in case of multiplication and addition, that is in multiplication and addition, B into A or A into B, they are similar. But if at all minus or division or exponential power is required, then this sequence is very important. So your job is to apply the operation by keeping B as the first operand and A as the second operand of this operator, okay. And when you apply this operation, a result will be obtained. Then push the result back in the stack. So whatever value you will get after applying the operation with B with A, then push the result back into the stack, okay. After this, again go to step 2. Again scan the next symbol, okay. Check if it is operand, then push it onto the stack, or if it is operator, then again repeat this A or B, A and B steps, okay. And these steps will continue as long as right parenthesis is not popped. So, as long as right parenthesis is reached while scanning. So when a right parenthesis is reached, my scanning will stop. Then we'll go to step 4. In step 4, we say set value equal. Value means a variable. Value equal to stack of top. So whatever data present in the top of the stack, that should be stored in the value, and this value is my answer, or it is my result. So step 5 means return value. Okay guys, so I hope you understood this algorithm, these steps. Let us take an example, then it will be more clearer for you. Okay, now suppose this is an arithmetic expression written in postfix notation. Postfix means first operand, then operator. So these are my operand. First 3, 7, 2, plus, asterisk, 16, then 8, then slash, then minus. See, there must be a, we can express this expression using infix, but that infix expression is converted, and this is my postfix. Now from this postfix, how do we determine the operation? How do we evaluate this postfix expression? That is our objective. Okay, so we'll write a table. This is our symbol. So first the symbol that you scan, okay, then operations that you apply, then the stack, okay. See, right now there is no operation. First, my step 1 of my algorithm suggests that in P, at the end you put a right bracket. So right bracket is given here. Now it will act as a sentinel, means terminator. So when I keep scanning, I will stop my scan the moment I reached here at the right bracket. Okay. So let us start scanning the symbol. What is the first symbol that is scanned? 3. Now what is it? Now 3 means it is whether it is an operand or operator. So it is an operand. So when operand, my algorithm says if an operand is encountered, let us push it. So operation that we perform is push 3. So where to push in the stack? So now the top of the stack will contain 3. This is the content of the stack. Content of stack 3. Okay, the first step is over. Second step, scan the next symbol, that is 7. Again it is an operand. If it is an operand, the operation that you perform is push 7. Okay, so now stack will 3, 7. Now this is my top of the stack. 7 is in the top of the stack. Okay, next number 3, next data is 2. Again it is an operand. So if it is an operand, let us push it. Push 2. Okay, so what is the content of the stack? 3, 7, 2. Now number 4, fourth symbol in the expression is plus. So the symbol is plus. Now when you get a plus, what is required? Now the moment you get an operator, your objective is to pop the 2 element from the stack. The topmost element is known as A and the next to top element is known as B. In my algorithm I have said. Now see the stack, the value 2 will be popped and we call it A. So pop 2, then you should pop, once 2 is popped, then we should pop 7. So pop 7. Okay, we will not stop here. We will pop 2 and pop 7. So 2 is my A, so A equal to 2, B equal to 7. We assume B equal to 7. Then we should apply the operation. What is the operation? B plus A. So B plus A means 7 plus 2. So what is the result? 9. Okay, so and push 9. Okay, so then we should push 9. Is that clear? So now what is the content of the stack? 2 is removed, 7 is removed. Okay, now 3 and then we push 9. Is that clear? So all these operations due to the operator plus. Okay, next number 5. The next operator, the next symbol that will be scanned is asterisk. So this is my asterisk. So when an asterisk symbol is encountered, again it is an operator. So operator means pop 9 and pop 3. So pop 9 and 3. Okay, so pop 9, 3 and let A equal to 9, B equal to 3. Then apply B into A. So B into A means 9 into 3, that is 27. So now push 27. So these are the steps that will be conducted for asterisk. So what is the content of the stack? You pop 9 and pop 3. Stack becomes empty. Then we apply B into A, 27. Now 27 will be pushed. So now stack contains 27. Okay guys. Now number 6. What is the step 6? We have 16. So 16 means again it is an operand. So operand means simply push 16. So 27 then 16. Okay, then number 7. What is the next symbol in number 7? See, next symbol is 8. After 8 we have slash and minus. So first we will get 8. So the operator is 8. This is an operand. Now what is the operation we should perform? Push 8. So we have 27, 16, 8. Clear? Now the 8th symbol in the stack is slash. In the expression is slash. Okay, so we get slash. Slash means division. Now what to do? Now once an operator is encountered, we will pop 2 data. So pop 8 and 16 respectively. So 8 will be popped, then we will pop 16. So 8 will become A and 16 will become B. So now A equal to 8, B equal to 16. And we apply B by A. B slash A means 16 slash 18. Okay, so 16 slash 8. Okay, this is the result. So when we pop B means 16. So 16 slash 8 means the result will be, answer is 2. Okay, so once we get 2, push 2. 2 will be pushed into the stack. Okay, so what is the content of the stack? See, 8 will be removed, 16 will be removed. Now stack contains 27 and 2 is pushed. 27 followed by 2. Okay, so now finally we have minus. subtraction symbol. So we will get subtraction symbol. So when a subtraction symbol is encountered, again what to do? We'll pop 2 and 27. 2 is my A, 27 is my, this is A, this is B. Then I will perform B minus A. So 27 minus 2. What is the result? That result is 25. Then push 25. So the stack will become 25. Okay. So 9th symbol is scanned. So now the last, when we scan the expression P, we get right parenthesis. So when right parenthesis is scanned, there is no more action to perform. Okay, so we will stop there, and then whatever present in the top of the stack. What is the top of the stack? So this is my stack contents. So it will be set value equals top of the stack means 25. So set value equal to 25. So this will be my answer. Okay guys, so this is my answer. Okay, so this is the sequence. So first, from this expression, first in which sequence we have performed operation. First we applied addition. So addition is conducted between whom? Between 7 and 2. Okay, the first operation that we conducted is perform addition between 7 and 2. Okay, so now from this you can also find out the actual infix expression, but that is not our requirement. So our requirement is already an infix expression is converted into postfix. Okay, and then how to evaluate. Okay, so this is the what we are writing. So if I actually want to write this, its infix expression for this postfix, how it should look like, let me rewrite it. 7 plus 2, then multiplication is conducted, 7 plus 2 means 9, then multiplied with 3, and then division, and then subtraction. Okay, minus 16 by 8. So this is the actual infix expression, 3 into 7 plus 2 minus 16 divided by 8, and this expression is converted into this postfix. Okay, and then evaluation is conducted. Okay, so I hope you understood how to perform evaluations of a postfix expression. See, in infix there are brackets are given, and because of that first this addition operation will take place, but in postfix you see there is no bracket. Still we could able to perform addition first. So the idea is, in postfix or in prefix expression, the evaluation of any operator can be determined purely from its position and not from its precedence. Precedence is not required to be known while evaluating a postfix or prefix expression. Okay, so this is what evaluation of postfix. In our next video we will see evaluation of prefix expression. Till then, thank you.